Keiichi gamers, it's the not so innocent gamer here. It's Tea Time Tuesday, and if you don't know, it's a little series of mine where every Tuesday I yap about topics that I find interesting and want to share my input on. But for this one, it's gonna be more of a rant. So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. So last week, Flins came out, and I was super happy to have gotten him. If you haven't seen that video of me pulling for him, you are more than welcome to check that out. I currently have him at C3R1 thanks to the months and months of saving and grinding, and all of that paid off because I have been enjoying playing with him. And well, recently I haven't been playing too much because I did reach a burnout with not just Genshin but all the gacha games. But even just logging in and doing the dailies with him have been a lot of fun. There's like this feeling of like a breath of fresh air when you get a new character, and suddenly the game just feels different and it's a lot more fun. So I've been enjoying him, and I'm glad to see that there are other people out there who are just as happy as I am. And that's where I wanted to touch upon something that had popped up on my feed for a couple of days. There's been a lot of doom posting about Flins and how, he needs a Nepha to be really good, or how even with a Nepha he still isn't that good, and that he's just not a strong DPS, and people are saying all kinds of bad things about him. And I just wanted to say that I respect people's opinions, and I understand if a character isn't for you, that's fine. You're not entitled to like every character in this game. If you like meta and you tend to care for that, good for you. Or if you're like me who just doesn't care about meta, you do what you like and what you want, fine. But what irks me is that these people are making it seem as though Flins is unplayable or the worst DPS ever. And I don't agree with that at all. Now, I'm not an expert Genshin player. I'm fairly casual. I am surface level knowledge of this game, of all the gacha games I play. If you ask me about builds and such, Razor 100% is going to give you a better explanation than me. So my input on this matter, theory crafting wise, don't take it. However, as you can see in this playthrough of the recent Abyss, I don't have an Nepha, and I'm doing just fine. Now, does me having C3R1 make a difference? Yeah, it probably does. Does having C6 Ino make a difference? Sure. Maybe in my case, I don't really matter. But what I will say is that my Flins isn't perfectly built. I think where I have him right now at this moment of this recording of the gameplay, he was at 56 crit rate and 218 crit damage, which isn't that great. That's not good. Sorry, RNGesus was not with me as I was farming those domains. And I'm also not super skilled, and you'll see here that I had to reset a few times. But even so, I was able to do this Abyss just fine. I was not hitting 500k. I think average wise it was 200 to 300, which isn't great, okay? You don't have to tell me, okay? I saw it and I want to fix it, but I was still able to clear each floor with 3 stars. And funny enough, I did a lot better with Flins than I did with my Chlorine, and she's perfectly built, and with her I couldn't get 36 stars by the end. Skill issue? Maybe. But I think the biggest thing is because I didn't have a good team comp for her, but that's besides the point. I guess for me, it's just weird that these people doom posting about Flins don't want to accept that he works just fine without an FF. Now, I will acknowledge that yes, there is a damage difference. I can't deny that. I've seen the numbers, I've seen the comparisons. Yeah, I can't say that's not true. It's the same thing with Skirk and Escoffier. I don't have Skirk, I don't have Escoffier, but again, I see the numbers, I see the comparisons. I would still say if you don't want Escoffier, then don't get her, and if you want Skirk, get her. And you'll find on YouTube content creators proving that you can do just fine with a free-to-play team. You may not be doing high damage, but I don't even think you do a crazy amount of damage, even with an Effa. I don't think I've seen a Flins doing 800k. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just, I don't know. I don't care. I could have gotten an Effa, but since I was guaranteed, I wanted that for Flins. And I'm always gonna advocate for pulling for the character you really want. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. If you feel the need to insult me or other people who think the same, then you need to go outside. And that's pretty much what this whole rant is about, is that I just think it's funny that there are people on Twitter who are getting triggered at people who are pulling for Flins, pulling for constellations of Flins, investing so much in him, despite him doing quote-unquote shitty damage. And I'm just like, why do you care? What we do in our account has no effect on your account or anyone else's. So why are you fighting the need to insult us, to kind of make some sort of statement or whatever, when all you can do is just play your game? You don't have to pull for Flins. We're not saying you should. If you don't like him because he doesn't do as much damage as Baressa or Mavuika, fine. But it's just so freaking hilarious to me that you have to get so upset because we're not playing the game like how you are. All I'm gonna say is that when Effa does get her rerun, I'm gonna pull for her. And when I do get her, I'm not using her with Flins. I just want to trigger people so bad. That shit's so hilarious to me. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because one moment my whole Twitter feed was just hyping about Flins and how they're so excited to have another male character in the game. And now that he's out, there's all this drama about how bad his damage is. If you have Flins, how are you enjoying him? Do you have an Effa? Do you not have an Effa? Do you care? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!